Welcome to the storytelling channel where imagination comes to life. Today, I'm bringing you a very special tale that reminds us no matter how small we are, we all have a light that can make a difference. So sit back, open your heart, and get ready to listen to the firefly and the snake. Deep in the heart of an ancient forest, where the trees stretched toward the sky and the leaves whispered stories to the wind, lived a little firefly named Luma. Each night, Luma would awaken from her hiding place beneath a fern leaf and begin her journey through the trees, lighting the path with her warm, flickering glow. Though she was tiny compared to the larger animals of the forest, Luma had a generous heart and a clear purpose: to guide those who needed help in the darkness. Her light was like a wandering star, and many followed it with trust. Rabbits out searching for food, young owls learning to fly, even cautious deer, they all knew and respected Luma's light. One particularly dark night, when clouds covered the moon and the forest seemed quieter than usual, Luma flew lower than she typically did. She was enjoying the cool air and the crunch of leaves below when something unexpected happened. Moving silently in the shadows was a long, winding figure. It was a snake, but not just any snake. This was Seralia, the most feared serpent in the entire forest. With dark, glistening scales and piercing eyes, Seralia was known not only for her venom, but also for her arrogance. Many animals avoided her, not just because she was dangerous, but because of the way she belittled others. Seeing the soft glow of Luma's light, Seralia raised her head curiously. "What is that sparkle?" she hissed. Luma, unafraid, hovered gently in the air and replied with humility, "I'm Luma, a firefly. I come out each night to light the forest for those who need it." Seralia stared at her for a few moments, then curled into a smirk. "Light the forest? What a silly notion. Your little glow barely reaches a few feet. I, on the other hand, am feared and respected. No one dares to cross me. What importance could a tiny bug like you possibly have compared to someone like me?" Seralia's words struck Luma like a cold wind. No one had ever questioned her purpose so cruelly. But even though the words hurt, she replied calmly, "I may not have your strength or size, Seralia, but each creature has a gift, and I use mine to help others." The snake hissed with disdain and slithered away, disappearing into the underbrush without another word, leaving Luma floating in silence, her light dimmed by doubt. For the next few nights, Luma avoided flying low. The snake's words echoed in her mind, making her question whether her glow mattered at all. But the forest would soon remind her that even the smallest light could make a great difference. A few nights later, something unusual disturbed the peace of the forest. A group of hunters, who usually stayed near the edge of the woods, had wandered deeper than ever before. They had set traps, hidden nets, snares tied between trees, hoping to catch something of value. One such trap, a net disguised under fallen leaves and vines, had been placed between two trees. And by sheer misfortune, Seralia, while slithering silently through the dark, slithered right into it. The net snapped around her, wrapping her in thick ropes. She thrashed, hissed, and twisted, but the more she moved, the tighter it held her. That night, Luma was flying overhead when she noticed something strange, a dark shape struggling beneath the trees. Curious, she flew down and was shocked to see Seralia trapped. "Seralia!" she cried. "You're stuck! Go away!" the snake muttered weakly. "You can't help me." Luma hesitated. She remembered how cruel Seralia had been, how her words had cut deep. But she also remembered who she was, a light in the dark, a guide for those in need. It didn't matter who Seralia was. Doing the right thing was still the right thing. "I can do something," she said with quiet determination. So Luma flew higher and began to glow with all her strength. She lit up the night sky like a floating lantern. Her tiny body became a beacon in the darkness. The hunters, still nearby, noticed the flickering light. "Do you see that?" one of them whispered. "Looks like a flame. Let's go check it out." Following the trail of light, the hunters reached the trap. They saw that they had caught a snake instead of a prized animal and decided to release it. Without realizing it, they had been guided there by Luma. Seralia dropped to the ground and slithered off into the bushes, bruised but free. From above, Luma watched silently, her glow fading as exhaustion set in. But her heart felt full. Later that night, as the forest returned to its usual quiet, Seralia emerged from the shadows. She made her way to the clearing where Luma rested. For the first time, her voice was soft. "Luma, you saved me. Even after what I said, you came. You shone your light for me." Luma smiled gently. "I did what I always do. It doesn't matter who you are or what you said. Everyone deserves help when they need it." Seralia lowered her head, humbled. "You were greater than I, without being stronger. Tonight I learned something important. True greatness doesn't lie in strength alone, but in courage and in kindness." From that night on, the firefly and the snake shared a quiet bond. Seralia no longer mocked those smaller or weaker. And Luma, more confident than ever, continued to light the forest each night, knowing that even the smallest light can change the world. Moral: never underestimate the value of others. Greatness doesn't always come from strength or size, but from brave and selfless actions. And that's the end of today's story. The firefly and the snake remind us that true greatness lies in helping others with courage and kindness. If you enjoyed the tale, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with those who love a good story. See you next time.